Hi everyone, my name's Joe Jarrow, and this is my presentation on education in America with the focus on bullying. First, when it comes to bullying, the three main questions that popped into my head were what can we do to prevent bullying? To me, this was the most important question because there are a million theories out there on why we should prevent bullying and how to do it. And to me, I think it's about time we just found the most effective way to do it and put bullying to a stop altogether. The second question I had was how does bullying affect children? I think if you ask any child today that's been in an experience with bullying, if it's had a positive outlook for them or they've had a positive experience with it, they'd definitely say no. Anyone that's had an experience with bullying, it's always had a negative effect. The third question I'd like to ask is how can we help those being bullied? I think everyone has an obligation to just step up and help someone that's being bullied. It doesn't have to be directly, it can be indirectly too. Tell someone, get someone the help they really need. It's never a bad thing to ask for help. Why bully? In an article I read from Ken Rigby from 2012, he asked a group of kids that were reported for bullying and why they do it, and 75% said it was because another kid annoyed them or it was to get even with them. To me, I honestly couldn't even believe this answer. Because someone annoys you or to get even with someone, those aren't reasons to bully another kid. Those are just excuses for something else that's really going on. And to me, these reasons need to stop. One thing you really need to do is know when to avoid the situation in school. I'm not saying live your whole life in fear, avoiding something, but when it comes to bullying, if you know someone that's been reported as a bully in the past, stay away from them. Do your best to. Don't antagonize the situation or don't start a fight with someone. Just do your best to avoid certain situations that you know could turn out to be harmful. And one reason I believe that bullies really take their bullying to school is because of their home life. We owe it to our children to create a healthy home life for them. And when kids see their parents talk negatively about someone, negatively or positively, they tend to replicate what their parents do and they take this into school. If they have an unhappy home life, they most likely take that aggravation from home right to school and take out their anger on other children. And for me, that's why creating a healthy home life for children is really a big step in preventing bullying in school. Sources for bullying. We all know of bullying that happens in school. And when it comes to bullying in school, there's a lot of people around that can help. Teachers, principals, counselors. Tell anyone. That person could possibly save you from future bullying or your friends from future bullying. Next is cyberbullying. And cyberbullying is really taking the lead on how many bullying cases there are. As everyone knows, technology is really coming into its own right now, and with social media sites, it's that much easier for kids to bully online, whether it be through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Anyone can look at your account and post something negatively about you. If you're out there, odds are complaints and statements are going to be made, and you can avoid it. Blocking is one of the best things to do. If someone posts something negative about you, block them. And the best part about blocking is you should also tell someone about it as well. Let your parents know someone's saying these things about you. They can tell their parents, and it could come to a stop because if you block someone online, odds are they're going to take that bullying onto someone else. And if you can prevent that, that's even a better step to take than just doing it for yourself. It's helping others as well. Lastly, is bullying within your community. Now, everyone makes friends in school, and you want to make sure to hang out with the right people when it comes to being outside of school. Bullying doesn't end just because the school day is over. You want to surround yourself with the right people. Some of the consequences of bullying: children become overly abused. Bullying takes its toll on kids, and when they don't have the necessary help, it can really hurt them mentally and physically. The next point is rampage shootings, which I hate to even bring up, but is very real in our society today. Every child that's been bullied doesn't have the capacity to do something like this, but there are children out there that are pushed and are willing to do something extreme. I'm not saying every child that's bullied is going to go on a rampage, but there are children that are pushed to it, and any step we can take to help them is definitely a step in the right direction. Lastly, I'd like to mention suffering schoolwork. When kids are bullied, they tend to want to forget about school altogether. They just want to forget about the bullying, and for most kids, it mostly happens in school. So they want to detach themselves from school. They begin to suffer with their schoolwork. They don't want to do homework. They don't care about their test grades. They just want to forget about school altogether because all that comes to mind when they think of school is bullying. The ways to prevent bullying, I'd say, is definitely not applying punishment. In the same article I read by Ken Rigby from 2012, 70% of teachers and counselors voted to apply punishment to kids that are bullying. To me, that's not the right step to take because any child that is a bully has shown that they don't really care about the punishment. They'll keep doing it. The method has not worked in the past. To me, the better method would be to apply psychology to the bullying. Get inside their head. Know what the reasons are behind their bullying. If you can get to the source of why they bully, you can prevent it. We just need to take the right steps. And one of these steps can be using psychologists and guidance counselors, of course. But schools have actually hired psychologists to talk to students to do this exact thing. Get inside their head, figure out why they do it. And this would be a great method because we can figure out why they do it, apply it to other students, and use it to stop them from bullying as well. I'm not saying every school needs to hire a psychologist, but guidance counselors are definitely there to help also. You don't have to talk about a guidance counselor just for uh, future help, such as going to college. Those are all things you would talk about with your guidance counselor, but they're also there just for your daily helps. And that includes bullying or just anything that happens within class. Guidance counselors are there to help. And if you ever need someone to talk to, they're probably the best person. Don't get me wrong, telling a teacher or a principal is a great option, but guidance counselors are definitely someone there with a psychological background that can definitely help you with your problem. To me, applying psychology is the best method. And guidance counselors have also been reported to applying a reward system every quarter through a school year that a child doesn't have a bullying incident, not being a victim, but being the actual bully, gets a reward. Whether this reward be extra points on a test, a homework assignment they don't have to do for the quarter, these are all incentives to get kids to stop bullying. And by not bullying, they get rewarded for it. And I think this is a great incentive to get kids to stop bullying and actually focus on doing something good for themselves. Applying the reward system with psychology to find out why they're bullying and to prevent it is a great method. If we can put a stop to the thinking behind a child bullying and reward them for good behavior, I think this is the best way to stop kids from bullying and a good way to move forward in preventing these cases. Thank you.